So we've
Or
got
is it east-west?
Tier 3 men north, second place, versus Tier 3 men south, first place.
So that's north v south. So it is the Brothers Grimm of north then, from Grimsby, and Suffolk, which is of course for the south. Starting up here, we have Buckingham Malice of Grimsby running back flawless in the blackest Suffolk here. Number 404 with the star on his head. Brothers Grimm have Indestructible Paul with a star on his head. Opening up here, very strong defensively. It's what we've come to expect from this weekend. Great Scott then, a black 8-8 running back Indestructible then. Flawless picking up lead jammer explosively outside of corner 2. Indestructible still at the back trying to get past. And does, number 88 there, run, ooh! Oh, Captain Tube Structure Core just whiffed there on the big shoulder. And that is a big shoulder.
Yeah, they certainly are. You don't want to be on the other end of that.
He is, as I so politely described him earlier on off the mic, he's an upside down triangle on legs.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. You see them all the time. He's a very muscular gentleman. But up here we have Scudder Hurt for Brothers Grimm versus Mike Check for Suffolk. 4-on-4 for the blockers.
Guy Pye there doing some nice offense off the line.
No real joy though, as it is the Brothers Grimm out for lead jammer. It is obviously Mike Check close behind. Only about 20 feet. Both come into the pack. No one's called it yet, so it looks like we're going to see who does well here. Got a run back at the back from the Brothers Grimm, so Mike Check being dragged further back. Do you have Scudder Hurt through? Ooh, bit of a stumble at the back there. 4-2, +2 differential. The downside, if you've ever been to a roller derby tournament, you will know at the end of the day the air is thick and muggy and it is uncomfortable to exist in. So I kind of feel for these guys who play at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Struggle, a bit heavier air, very warm. But Buckingham Malice here with the start for the Brothers Grimsby. I think is that
Smackanany?
Smackanany. With the star for Suffolk, and he takes around the outside, takes lead jammer for Suffolk here. Definitely saw a loose Velcro strap fly through the air, so unless someone's might be losing a pad anytime soon. We'll see how that goes. Smackanany gets through his entire bench, screaming at him to call it. He's not. He's done so now, but it might be too late. Buckingham Malice, I think, got 2 there. Waiting for the hands. Yep, 2 indeed. Chirp of a whistle. We've got a late penalty being issued. That is on Tag Chi. That is 4-on-2 in favor of the Brothers Grimm here. Very frantic so far. I believe you have experience with Suffolk, being a local.
Yeah, they come to some of our co-ed scrims in Norfolk, so I get the pleasure of playing with and against some of the skaters sometimes.
Davida Loca there with some big hits to flawless. Some solid hitting, that's always nice to see. Thick and Ted is out with a lead jammer for the Brothers Grimsby. Davida Loca being waved off to do the full lap. Dick and Ted picking up 4 points. Must have been a no pass, no penalty. I'm waiting for the issue of the no pass, no penalty signal. No, Captain Green's not going to make me happy and show me that. I love the no pass, no penalty signal. It's my favourite. Davida Loca and saving for it. Ryan heads to him. Oh, Thick and Ted running the line. Calls the jump. Ooh, takes out a chair. No one was hurt. It's okay. We block blockers, not chairs. Thick and Ted. Blockers. So, switched up from having the 4-on-2 blocker advantage in favour of Grimsby. It's now a 4-on-2 blocker advantage in favour of Suffolk.
Look like they're lining up for some offence off the line from Bad Grandad.
Yeah, Bad Grandad definitely a Taskabator. Durbinator is trying to find space past Bad Grandad. Buckingham Malice is a very skilled blocker, managed to take Mike check off on the inside line there and run him back. Pops him off again on the outside. Durbinator still trying to find some way through. Tascabator trying to slow down Mike check at the back. Durbinator cannot get past Tube Such a Core there on the outside edge of the straightaway. He's been knocked onto the inside by the captain. Buckingham Malice at the front. Just can't pop off the inside. Durbinator knocked down to the inside at corner 3, shaking the head there. He's not happy about that. Mike check, knocked off the outside there by Tascabator. Durbinator knocked off on the inside again. This time run back by Tube Such Shakur.
He's taking the jammer on, head on home.
Ooh. He was only on one skate for a little while there, wasn't he? Tube Such Shakur doing some excellent work to take Buckingham Malice out of the equation. He's been very effective as a blocker. Saving Private Brian, Davida Loca and Tascabator really putting the beat down on Mike check. Those are some hard-earned points.
Yeah, they worked hard for those.
Yeah.
And it's still pretty close.
Yeah. I think every point's having to be fought for here.
And if you want to follow us on Twitter as well, you can use BritChampTrack1.
Is that hashtag BritChamp? I don't understand how Twitter works.
I don't really know, yeah.
Hashtag BritChamp.
Oh, at BritChampTrack1.
At BritChampTrack1.
Keep up with the action on there as well.
If you have any fun stories to tell us or anything interesting we're missing, please do let us know. As we might get some jammer on jammer here, as Tag Chi is just about keeping ahead. Yeah, call it, play it safe. Yeah, he's just about keeping ahead there. There's one nearly stolen on the inside edge.
It's always a bit of a risk, isn't it, whether to try some offense when you're jamming.
There's always that chance that if you get it really badly, you just take yourself out of the equation.
Yeah.
Give away the points.
Now, Thick in Ted, one
Yorkshire.
of my favourite roller
Thick in
derby
Ted.
names.
I do like another one from Brothers Grimsby, Davida Loca. I think that's quite a good one.
Yeah.
Flawless out a lot quicker this time round. Ooh.
Oh, and Thick in Ted having to deal with Tube Sock, which nobody wants to do.
Thick and Ted ran at Tube Sock, and Tube Sock wanted that, and
he enjoyed it.
It was like you heard the hit, and then Tube Sock's woo of joy in the game.
Yeah.
Always nice. They always get there's always the blockers who just love the physicality. They
Yeah.
just love the hitting. Tube Sock looks like he's one of them. Oh, those are brutal shoulders. And he's generating a lot of power in a small amount of space.
Some great footwork from Flawless.
Yeah, Flawless trying to rack up some points for Suffolk. Thick in Ted spins, just makes it through, and then the swarm.
Oh.
Like he just made it all his way through, and then Suffolk just swarmed around him. Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Forrest Stump hammer and anviling with his captain there. Tube just I mean, Tascabator is not a small gentleman.
No.
He is stocky, like a rugby player, and Tube moved him like it was nothing. Thick and Ted going for a low block there.
Oh.
Let's see how Suffolk deal with this awkward situation of having their wall in the middle. There's bridging options here. Tubes are trying to isolate Tascabator. Nice.
See, only a few seconds left. Let's see if they get some points.
Ooh. Perfectly icing Thick in Ted. He's got 10 seconds. He just stood up
Yeah.
at the point of the whistle. So that's 10 seconds for Thick and Ted. Carlossus, Davida Loca, and Foul Out Boy coming to the track to block. I think that is alongside Scott Hurt. Yeah.
We've got Evil Quadneval, Guy Pie, Bad Grandad, Ericta Scale, blocking for Suffolk, and Mike Check wearing the star.
Big offense onto the inside. Mike Check tries to take the outside shutdown. I believe that was by Davida Loca. Scott hurt Davida Loca and foul out boy. Getting that brace 3 up at the front. Mixing it up at the front with them is Bad Grandad, not letting them get their wall set up. That's good offense there. I mean, don't let them settle into that wall. Thick in the Ted coming out of the box though. Found some space. Ooh, Guy Pie like
Nice.
a wrecking ball. Yeah. I'm thinking Suffolk might be a bunch of big hitters here. But then again, the brothers Grimsby are from Yorkshire and they're known for their physicality up there. Thick in Ted picking up 5. Mike Check just slips through the inside.
Oh.
Scott hurt with the recovery. Oh, big hit into the box. That was very helpful. Ericta Scale pretty much knocking Scott hurt to his chair.
It's a great hit.
Direction of gameplay penalty issued. I think that's the video. It is. Carlosis and foul out boy. All that's left for Grimsby here, apart from Thick and Ted, obviously. Carlosis, just lulled into coming too far into the middle. Thick and Ted signals. He's tired. He's had enough of that. I'll give that a call off and a sit down, please. Durbinator Saving Private Brian on for Grimsby with Captain. That's me. I'm Captain Malice. He's Buckingham Malice. I'm going to make that mistake.
Smackanany jamming again for Suffolk.
We've got Great Scott, Tug Chi, Tube Suck, and a gentleman I can't see past Smackanany at his forest stomp. Oh, lovely work by Tube Suck to hit and run off. Good recovery by Scott Hurt, but not enough. This will be an interesting contest. Buckingham Malice versus Tube Sock, you know. Strength and experience versus agility and experience. Agility wins this time.
Yeah, some great toe-stop work there.
Yeah. Smackanany just breaking apart Durbinator and Scholar Hurt at the front. Buckingham Malice slips round Tag Chi. Runs into Tube Sock, and he just got Great Scott to beat. Big shoulder. Tai Chi didn't realize he was very far out of the pack then. Oop. Cut track. That is on Smackanany. He was lead jam, wasn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep.
So that means we'll be running the jam for 2 whole minutes.
With 50 seconds left on the clock. So we'll get 30 seconds, I suppose. Buckingham Malice not happy about the hit.
Tube Sock trying to get some more bridging so he can take the jammer back even further.
Yeah.
Suffolk are a great fan of this 3-wall with 1 on offense.
It is very effective. You've seen, I was saying earlier on the first game announced with Snoogans, the game last year was all about 4D. Cube walls were, or rose walls were the thing.
Yeah.
This year has very much been about the triangle 3-wall with a loose offense.
Yeah.
We can either feed into the defense or be there to break apart. And it showed in that first game against Cornwall how much more effective a team can be when they do have the offensive player in there.
Yeah, I think the problem is the walls got so strong that there's no way, a lot of the time, the jammers can get through those walls unless they've got that offense. So it's just really slowed the game down. You need to...
It's exactly that. I mean, in the 4 years I've been involved in the hard bag, I saw it go from being all about the jammers to then being a fairly even mix, to being all about the blockers. Now we're back to this fairly even mix. I mean, it's still, the blockers I feel have, if you're missing blockers, you notice it now.
Yeah.
And that's good. It used to be if you were missing blockers, it just meant that your opposition got through faster.
Yeah.
they'd still get through no matter what. But now you're seeing, like, in the first game, we had a 2-minute jam where no one got out the bottom of the
Yeah,
pack,
that was amazing. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I've only ever seen it once before, which was at the Four Nations tournament between Wales and England. But we do have a power jam here for Flawless as Indestructible heads to the bin. Suffolk have chipped away themselves a very slight lead here of 13 points.
Yeah.
No pass, no penalties. Flawless should be fine to go through.
Oh, almost through. Just taken off.
Chris Mass. That's a rate still going for a direction of gameplay. I kind of wanted to call that one before the ref is like, that's the direction of gameplay. But I'm not a referee and I shouldn't presume.
No, it was a great hit from a Richter scale, but yeah, just the
wrong way.
Wrong direction.
The best hits are.
I think Guy Pye was just taking that blocker out for fun then.
Well, why not? I mean, it's taking out for fun for the wrong way. It's establishing a mentality. I would always love to find the biggest blocker on my opposing track and hit them with everything I could muster.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you floor them and then they're afraid of you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you realize, oh dear, they're much stronger than I am. My first ever scrimmage, I hit the baddest man in MRD at the time, which was Darth Sebius. I made him literally wobble onto one skate. He then beat me up for an entire scrimmage.
But you had a go, well done.
Yeah, of course. I established my baseline, that's fine. It's perfectly reasonable to do that at any point in the game. It's like Chusock, I am fairly sure I'm going to watch him lay a big hit onto everyone so they know. Because in the first game, again, so as you were announcing in-house on that one,
yeah,
there was one jam in the second half where Booty Treatment was charging at the pack and the Cornwall wall moved away from her because she'd established that baseline of fear.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's happened before where I've seen blockers run away from her when she was a jammer. That was quite weird.
That's incredible.
But you can establish that human level of, oh God, they're really strong. You don't want to be in their way. And animalistic will kick in and they'll flee their wall and your jammer will just go, thank you very much. It's all very clever work, you see. But everything has been occurring. Oh! Thick and Dead and Chusock's core. They're going to be a battle I'm going to enjoy to watch. But Chusock is locked on target. He's keeping his eye on Davida Loca even. Eric to scale, though, is no slouch himself. Took Davida Loca down. See, I want to see Tomb Shot go up against Blitzkrieg. Sudden miscomfort, shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Blitzkrieg is a big, strong jammer. Chusock is a big, strong blocker. I want to see which man's left with the shoulder at the end of it. I mean, that is obviously that's lead jammer being awarded to Davida Loca, but he now knows he has to work his way past Chusock again to get points.
Yeah.
It's establishing that hierarchy of I am stronger than you. Now you're going to have to earn your way past me again.
Yeah, I don't know about 1 on offense, 3 on defense. It looks like it's 1 on defense, 3 on offense at the moment for Suffolk.
Well, if Chusock's strong enough to do that, he's good enough to do that. I mean,
yeah.
There's for those of you who watched the Swansea game on track 2 early today, at times Black 7 Mort for Swansea was a jammer killer blocker. I mean, she normally is a jammer, but she worked as a blocker just to take out jammer force cut tracks. And if you're good enough to do that on your own, then you're good enough to do it on your own. And why not utilize the rest of your team to be effective at getting you out of the pack? It's nothing's set in stone with Dali tactics. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now, that's as simple as it can be. So if Tubestock is got a Davida Loca in his pocket, then Tubebox has a bottom. So he's 3 blockers who can do the work. I mean, looking at this Grimsby team, that they don't have anyone at the moment in the blocking rotation who's got that power, that skill to handle that sort of job on their own. So they're having to be more traditional in their utilization of their players.
Yeah, like you say, it's the power and the skill, isn't it, that they need to be able to achieve that.
It's not. I mean, I don't ever want to make someone sound big. I mean, obviously the power of Suffolk, his strength is very obvious. But there's no discounting his ability to move around the track and own his space. Like he's backwards. Being agile backwards is difficult. I mean, he would probably struggle to play like that against the ridiculously agile skaters. I mean, like if let's stick English here to say if Reaper. He would dance around him. There's no need, Reaper wouldn't even engage in the shoulder. And going backwards, Suffolk would struggle with that movement because you're not anywhere near as agile backwards as you are forwards. Cascabeta though is picking up Lee Jammer with ease.
Yeah, taking advantage of that power jam start.
Oh, lovely, lovely hip check, but no pass, no penalty we indicate. So he could have come straight back on. Guy Pie though doing some good work, good screening, blocking. Forrest Stump screened out again. That's 5, I believe, there for the brothers. This is going to be interesting. See how this goes this time round. Gets past Guy Pie and Forrest Stump. Forrest Stump made the mistake. Someone seemed like you should never switch which shoulder you look over. If you're on the inside line, you look over your right shoulder because the left has the inside line. And he switched which way he was looking at the exact moment Cascabeta went past him.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking where he should have been. It happens.
Yeah, giving the jammer the perfect opportunity to juke past you.
You gave him a blind spot because you switched where you're looking.
Well, a cracking jam.
Yeah. Good jam, very good jam. He did have another possible scoring pass he could have made there. As I believe the jammer, who was it? Was it rolling suplex? I can't remember. I didn't see barely any of them. He was basically coming out of the box, so he had time to do another scoring pass. A missed opportunity, but it's back within 1 point. We're only 10 minutes. This is a fast-paced game, and it's flowing quickly.
Yeah. Flawless jamming again for Suffolk.
Yeah, against Scott Hurt. Scott Hurt pulling them all to the inside. Oh, Buckingham Malice with the sweep, but there's two shot. Oh! Excellent way to control the speed there from Scott Hurt. And a cut track from Flawless. And Grimsby's bench is very, very clear that is a power jam. If you heard that, that was two excellent pieces of tactics there.
Oh.
A cut track as well. And an insubordination. So he'll be...
Oh dear.
He'll be sat for 30 plus whatever Flawless is sat for. So yeah, two things there. Both Buckingham Malice obviously pulling everyone to the, sweeping them to the inside at corner one was fantastic. But also Scott Hurt on that, when he got his pass.
Oh.
Control the speed. Oh! The big hits are flying in now. Tubsock taking Buckingham Malice out of the equation. Flawless feeding Buckingham Malice into Tubsock. Reckless still had a big takedown as well from Thicket Ted. There's a pile up on the outside of corner one.
Well, there's a jammer in there somewhere.
There isn't. Flawless was the first one to crawl out of it. Yeah. Everyone else stopped. Flawless like, I need to move, and he did. Fair play to him.
I think everyone waiting to see if they got a low block penalty, probably.
Yep. Scott Hurt takes the tumble. He's wise to crawl off the track. He's 4 points for Flawless.
Making sure he doesn't get a cut track penalty by not standing up again.
Yep. Well, you get one in a jam, you try not to get another. Someone's lost a gum shield.
Oh dear.
And he's put it straight back in his mouth. That is revolting.
Gross. Especially because of all the sweat that they've been wiping above the track.
Yep. That's not good. I mean, like, I respect his commitment to his team.
Yeah, me too. Well done him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I read a horrific story about mouth guards. A mixed martial artist called Chris Weidman. He just joined a mixed martial arts gym, and he was really eager in the round. The coach was like, "I can't let you spar. You've not got a gum shield." And he found one under the cage, covered in dust. He just rinsed it on the tap. In fact, no, he didn't just put it in his mouth. I've got a gum shield.
That's awful.
That's revolting.
Yeah.
Apparently 2 weeks later, some guy came back and said, I think I left my gum shield here. And then it was where he left it. It was revolting.
Yeah.
Truly wrong. But indestructible with the star, trying to find some way past Bad Grandad, who is stopped, I would say. Again, I'm not a referee, so I couldn't define that clearly. Kept him stopped there on the outside of corner 3. There's the penalty.
And Brothers Grimm just going with a passive offence there, letting their jammer push.
Indestructible was on the shoulder of Bad Grandad, and Bad Grandad was static. The penalty was assessed, so that's why he's in the box now.
Yeah.
Flawless. A back block. He is confused what happened. Indestructible called it after a big hit to the inside there. Only picking up 2 points. So it will be a power jam start. The star, I believe, is coming on here with Davida Loca. Indestructible has just jammed, has now come on as a blocker.
We've just had a lead change.
Brothers Grimm in the lead by 6 points here. Slow movement as Davida Loca tries to find a space to go through. Bad Grandad back on the track.
They've got a full 30 seconds of power jam.
They have indeed, but Tube Suck Shakur is at the front doing his job. Oh, good screening by Scott Hurt. A Richter scale getting in the way though of Davida Loca and doing enough. And there's 3 blockers just to take Tube Suck Shakur out on the outside edge there. That shows the threat they feel.
Yeah, we have discussed at our co-ed scrims before whether he should have to skate with his shoelaces tied together just to make it fair for the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a mixed ability level, I don't know, he's only be allowed one skate maybe, or something.
Yeah.
He's only allowed to hip check.
Yeah.
That's the new one for you to take home. Yeah, but very fair, not only on the Suffolk blockers there, doing excellent to slow down Davida Loca, but also on Flawless. He got out of the box and sprinted, made his way through and forced the call off. There's Smackanani and Durbinator are on track here for their teams. Smackanani even. Smackanator? It's a new one. I don't think he even plays here. Smackanani on the inside. Oh, just couldn't force the cut. Durbinator makes his way out. Lead jammer Brothers Grimm. Two-one. 3 minutes and change left on the clock. There is literally 7 points in it. Timeout being called by Indestructible. Taking a chance to hydrate, I think, only wise here. And whilst we are on this timeout, let's remind you of the timeout sponsor. It is a Roller Derby Diary. Organise your time in 2017. The advert is available in the program, but obviously you're listening at home, but you can check the website yourself on the internet. It is rollerderbydiary.com. I don't know about you, I have a Google Calendar, which is pretty much roller derby events, birthdays, and reminders to take the bin out. And that is my and people ask me, are you working in the events? And I have to revert to this. And I go, I don't know, but I have to take the bins out. It'd be nice to have somewhere I have all the derby information, and then when I have to write my announcer CV, whenever the next tournament comes up, I don't have to go crawling through my Google Calendar until I can find looking for all my announcing games.
Maybe someone should set up a special takingthebinsout.com diary.
I would appreciate. I mean, Manchester City Council, the place of my living, do provide me with a lovely bit of card that tells me that I have to take the bins out on Tuesday, but that doesn't beep on my phone.
I just look at what the neighbours do. That's the easiest way.
A wise plan. Indestructible with a star steps through the inside to take lead jammer. But Tube Suck Shakur.
He thought he was out, and then Tube Suck was there.
It's like if there's going to be an award today for being the most brutal hitting person of the weekend, it's his. It's going to Suffolk.
Yeah, I'd vote for him.
Yeah. I mean, there's wonderful thing with certain players are hitters, certain players would lock players down. Tubesok's a hitter. There's no.
Yeah.
But he's very capable of locking them down. Like as we saw previously, he will sit on a jammer and just will eat them into his chest and will hold them there. Because he's quite good going backwards. Oh, lovely work there to push Scott Hurt off on the outside. We have a lead jammer here going to Suffolk. There's Tag Chi there coming up. Excuse me. It's been a long day, but not since 5 past 5. Scott Hurt knocked down at corner 2. Tag Chi on his scoring pass at the back. Working his way through there is Tag Chi. Just inbound skateboard push out of the back. 5 in the sky, aggressively pointed out by Feminist Killjoy, the jam referee, currently working for Suffolk. Scott Hurt out of the pack himself now. 2-2. Now through the loose one. Double braced. Scott Hurt trying to find space. Suffolk confident that they can hold Scott Hurt, and that confidence is paying off. It's working for them. They've got another natural grand slam there.
We've got another lead change for Suffolk, getting back into the lead.
Yep.
An important psychological advantage as we're coming up to half-time.
Yeah, as a former player, I think I can probably refer to myself as that okay. It's interesting how a score at half-time can change. I mean, personally speaking, I don't mind being up or down at half-time. The second half to the second half. More important for me is how many penalties I got in the first.
Yeah.
As a bench manager now, for me, it depends on the team, I suppose. And if your team psychologically strong, that won't really be an issue for them. If they're a nervy team, which do exist, then it's a real issue. I don't think either team here I consider nervy, not from the look of them.
No, none of them strike me as nervy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the word I use to describe them.
No, of a fragile disposition. Definitely not flawless, cutting through for 5. I mean, this is last 2 jams here, very, very comfortable for Suffolk. They seem to have got the tactics right. Brothers Grimm not being able to control the pack here. Tascamator going for a cut track as indicated by Captain Green. Flawless now on the power jam. He's already picked up 10 points. Rolling suplex takes out Carlossus out.
Oh, wow.
And then recovers.
I think he actually left the ground then when he was hit by Tubesok.
I think most of us would hit the ground if we were hit by Tubesok. Carlossus getting the revenge hit in illegally and goes to the dim. Flawless is just racking up the points here. I mean, well, this is the end of the jam, I suppose, in the sense of, sorry, the half. This jam will be the end of the half. Yeah, my words are not working right now. Half time. That's sort of.
Yes, half time. Yes, it certainly is. With Suffolk on 91 and Brothers Grimm on 62.
Yeah, it's worth noting, if you're just joining us now from the other track, this is not representative of the entire half. Pretty much that differential has been the last 2 jams.
Yeah, yeah, really pulled away there.
Yep.
That last jam for Flawless was a 20-point jam.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Right, we'll be back with you in approximately 9 minutes. And over to some lovely messages from our lovely sponsors.
And welcome back to track 1 at the British Roller Derby Champs playoffs. You're watching the second half of the Brothers Grimm from Grimsby versus Suffolk Roller Derby. We're currently on Suffolk 91, Brothers Grimm 62.
As we said at the end of the first half, that is not an accurate representation of the game. That 29-point differential pretty much just came in the last 2 jams. 2 very, very big power jams for Suffolk up this differential.
So we'll have to see if Brothers Grimm are going to respond to that. or if Suffolk are going to carry on that momentum they had at the end of the first half.
It is worth mentioning to you at home, obviously as you can hear us and no one here can, I did see Buckingham Malice of the Brothers Grimm with the medics assessing a possible rib injury, possibly from one of the big shoulder checks he ate from TubeSuck.
Well, yes, yeah.
That is a potentially significant impact. Buckingham Malice, one of the stronger players here for the Brothers Grimm. And if he has got a rib injury, he may be favouring one side, lose some agility or stamina. It could be very, very detrimental to his ability to play. Hopefully nothing serious, but we'll see when he's back on track how he's moving. Flawless, though, with the start for Suffolk at the front, lead jammer. Okay, and Flawless, he's on his scoring pass out at the front. We have, where are we looking here? Dancing around at the back is Tascabeta. Runs into the shoulder of TubeSuck. You know, I might as well, if TubeSuck's on track, someone's running into his shoulder, or he's putting his shoulder into them as they come towards him, one or the other. Tascabeta now coming in on a scoring pass. Can't get round the shoulders or the hips there of Great Scott. Flawless is just racking up the points though. He's picked up his first bunch and already on his set of scoring pass again.
Suffolk's wall just pulled apart there by Tascabeta.
Has 3 scoring passes and didn't even have a power jam.
Yeah, that's 13 points on the board for Suffolk there, and only 4 for Brothers Grimm.
Looks like that momentum is definitely in the favour of the gentleman in black. The thing I do like about Brothers Grimm is a lot of them have their own name in their skate name. Indestructible, Granty Social, Saving Private Brian. It's nice to see.
Yeah, Miserable, Guy Pie.
Yep. It's nice to I can take an educated guess what their name is if I need to shout them in the car. But at the front of the pack, Indestructible has picked up lead jammer, even though he has been knocked off to the inside by Forrest Thump. Doesn't matter though, because Indestructible is got about half a track lead. Forrest Thump making his way to the bin. Mike Check chasing him down. Oh, I'm so ashamed that I've only just got Mike Check's number. I was reading it as 12-12. 1-2, 1-2. Oh my god. That's terrible.
Yeah, sometimes it does take me a while with these as well. You have that sort of moment of
clarity.
Yeah,
it's it's the O moment, like when someone tells you a really bad dad joke.
Yeah,
it's like, I've just got that. So here we have Scott Hurt up against Smackanini. It is. Smackanini runs into Thickin Ted. Smackanini out front, lead jammer. Scott Hurt though is very fast out on the pack, chasing him down. He's closing that gap as well. Ooh, was his jump, it got 2. 2 for Scott Hurt. But a low block and 3 for Smackanini. Yeah, 2 points is 2 points.
The blockers have really got to react quickly in those situations, haven't they, to try and protect their points.
Yeah, I mean, covering the inside line is a tricky job. When you're dealing with apex jumpers, it's much trickier because you've got to think vertically as well as laterally.
Yeah.
It's always a good idea to, if you're on the inside line, to have an arm hanging into the infield, like literally hold hands with a jam referee distance, and then you know. Magic fingers or having your arm slightly behind you, you can feel when they're coming a bit different, but there's not much you can really do if you're not prepared for it, and you have to be tight to the line.
Yeah.
But they're backing your Malice, they're knocking Flawless off the inside. Lovely little offense there from Great Scott to open up that space.
Yeah, some lovely offense there.
Yeah. From Grace, it didn't even look like it was the right time. It looked a bit early, but it was enough to actually show the route to flawless. That's what he was looking for. Was an option. It's always nice when your blockers give you an option as a jammer, so you know when to go, where to go, that sort of thing. Buckingham Malice at the front. I thought he was going to assist there, or possibly. Nope, there goes Scarter as a cut track. I was expecting offensive assistance there and didn't get any. Go into the bin for being naughty.
Seem to be having quite a lot more penalties this half than we did the first half.
In my experience in men's games, the later the game gets, the scrappier it gets.
Yeah.
Generally, it's tiredness, it's aggression it builds up. It's a little bit here and there, especially because guys tend to be hitty. Not just in the sense of the way they play, but because they're hitty and they're big and they're strong, you get guys who are carrying minor knocks, so they're favouring little bits here and there, so they're not using the whole range of movement, and they're relying on little bits here and there that may not be the best option. Because of that, they get scrappier and less focused on being controlled, more about getting the impact, especially in a game which feels close on track, which this one is close on track, apart from the masses of points being scored, generally by flawless.
Yeah, it's just those few jams, isn't it, that's really built that lead up for Suffolk. But generally speaking, it's been a close game.
The last 10 minutes, last 5 minutes of the first half, first 5 minutes of the second has been pretty much all Suffolk.
Yeah.
But as men's games tend to go on, they just get scrappier and scrappier and scrappier. And if we're lucky, we'll only see a foul out.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. Ejections, no one wants to see.
No. So we've got an official review. I'm not sure what this is about.
I believe it was called by the Brothers Grimm. I'm hoping for an OPR to drop off the results. It was requested with Bex, but no one's going to tell us. Nothing's changing. No one's going to the box. So I assume that whatever the call was originally stands. The referees were originally right, and they're agreed that they were originally right, and that's okay. Guy Pie starting on a power jam.
Yeah, they did a bit of swapping around there. It looked like TubeSock was going to jam, and then they swapped the star.
That would be a terrifying prospect, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. I think I would just leave.
Well, again, it was very much Guy Pie feeding the Brothers Grimm into TubeSock's range of attack.
Yeah.
To his firing line. But he's been run back by that Durbinator there. TubeSock with the screen. Oh! Not intentional really there by Christmas, but effective. He took Guy Pie out. Guy Pie can't get his feet back under him really there. As his knee pad's gone onto the side, he should take himself off track and sort his kit out. I mean, that's risky though. If he lands hard on that left knee, his knee pad's not on properly. He could hurt himself. Like you see it here. His left knee pad's definitely off to one side. He's realised he's sorting it out. There he goes.
Yeah,
I'm only ever concerned about skater safety. You can tell me.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy. Maybe he took a bit of a knock there.
Well, that hit by Christmas, again, unintentional. He was actually just, his body ended up in his way. It was TubeSock's fault. But it took Guy Pie out at the hips, and it was a pretty nasty crash in front of us, really.
Yeah, but everyone's smiling now, so it's okay.
This is it. Most competitive sports, there's never any real malice behind it.
No.
Especially Royal Derby. It's one of the things I watched any of the Men's World Cup recently. Did you see any of the Men's World Cup?
Yeah, I did. I saw some of the England games.
2 minutes of just brutal hitting. And then the moment the whistle again, smiles, handshakes, how you doing? Oh, I haven't seen it in ages.
It's great. It's great to see, and
no malice.
Yeah, and no disrespect to the referees as well. Everyone always seems very respectful to the refs, which is nice to see.
Generally, especially at top-tier men's games, a lot of the players are either former referees or started out as referees.
Yeah.
So a lot of respect for a very difficult job.
A Richter scale.
With the star.
Jamming for Suffolk.
And indestructible. someone got a back block penalty there, I believe. Yeah, it's Smackay. Indestructible pull just knocked off the inside. Oh, and stepped back in. There goes the cut track penalty for Indestructible.
Power jam for Eric. He's a really agile skater.
He is very agile, but he got his clock cleaned by Tasker Baker. He's got Buckingham Alice in front of him now.
Oh,
there's Tubesuck.
That man flew. Tubesuck made him fly.
He is part of the US Air Force, I believe, so flying is his thing.
Oh, yeah.
We're waiting to get that gag in somewhere. Thank you for the setup. Yeah, Eric's got nearly losing his glasses, so he's caught them, though, he's fine. Buckingham Alice keeping an eye on him. Shoulder to shoulder, a little bit of screening there by Forrest Thump, just doing enough. But oh, lovely work there. Tasker Baker really putting in a good session here as a blocker, getting some big shoulder checks in. Countering Great Scott without taking his eyes off the jammer there. If you got the camera shot pretty much in line here. He has only got eyes for that star. But he knew that Great Scott was there again. He again goes for the jammer, knocks him off on the outside again. Tasker Baker has jammed a bit, so you know he has got the skills. He's put them to good use with the blocking here. Zapping the tank of the Richter scale. Suffolk on 120, Brothers Grimm 72. Bit more even now later on in this half. And it looks like it was just that either side of half time, all Suffolk. Back to being a fairly even contest again.
Yeah.
Davida Loca versus Flawless. Oh, mistake there. Davida Loca screening his own wall out of the way to allow Flawless through.
And that's what Flawless does best, that nipping round on the edges.
It's always risky when you're a jammer who likes to run the edges. You always run the risk of being knocked out of track. He had that screen provided by the opposition and took full advantage.
Yeah, you have to be quick, don't you? If you're running the risk of being hit off and being recycled, you've got to be a quick and agile skater to make that work.
Yeah, cut track here by Davida Loca. He wasn't a very strong skater, but just to ride the hits. It's important to have that core strength to take the hit without losing your feet. Full box here for the Brothers Grimm as Christmas heads in as well. And Flawless has two to beat. Foul out boy, and cannot even see him behind Guy Pye.
That's miserable.
Oh. There we go, miserable foul out boy. Foul out boy are banned. Carlos is out on track with Davida Loca.
And Flawless got a penalty. He's looking a bit perplexed about what that is.
I was naughty. I didn't know it. I'm sorry. I'll go sit down. I believe Davida Loca's still not completed his initial pass.
Yeah, I don't think so. No.
So with this maybe just zapping his gas tank for nothing.
Yeah, the jam ref is not indicating that they are not lead, so he must still be on that initial pass.
Yep. Was that going for a waitress whip? Because he did the transition and grabbed him and went to whip him around, and I didn't know he was still whipped. So 137 to 72. Brothers Grimm really struggling to get back into it this half. Durbinator with the star for the Brothers Grimm. Mike check 1-2, 1-2 with the star for Suffolk. Tubesuck on the deck, did not see why. There's the big hit on Durbinator. No pass, no penalty. Durbinator is still trying to find his way through. Bad Grandad and Tubesuck back in front of him. he is everywhere, the captain for Suffolk, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's constantly getting back in position, back in front of that jammer.
Oh.
Indestructible. Basin was screening with, putting his body on the line for the screen there.
Yeah.
Before the whistle, but legal.
And Suffolk picking up 2 points there, just with that well-timed call.
It's one of those things, like, tends to be with, when you talk about like MVPs, best blockers, that they tend to go to the big hitters for best blockers, for example, because they remember being hit. But that's, like, Chusok's a big hitter, but he's also effective.
Yeah, he's very tactical. You can tell he's not just hitting people for the sake of it. It's often the person who's about to recycle their jammer who he takes out at just the right point, saving the jammer from having to go back. They're playing a clever game today, at Suffolk.
Yeah, I mean he recycles well. He gets back in position. His strong blocking style isn't just throwing his weight around for the sake of throwing his weight around. It's very targeted. It's very good to see targeted, aggressive blocking.
Yeah, and I think you can say that for a lot of the Suffolk players. They seem to focus their energy on the right person at the right time.
Yeah, a lot of the time you hit the person close to you, but it's important to take out threats. And you've noticed Tubestock definitely target Buckingham Malice and Thick and Ted. A couple of times picking them out as targets. And as a former player, again, those are the ones I would pick out as definite troublesome players that you'd want to take out of the equation.
Yeah.
Tasker Beta as well has done some very, very good blocking one-on-one with the jammer. But there he goes, Smakanani getting through jam.
Yeah, using Guy Pie as a sort of, to guide him through there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of Suffolk here are from the US Air Force Base or of US origin. But in America, probably have blitzers who would do the same thing. They screen the ball runner and blitz the opposition out of the way. It's an effective tactic. It's 5 points picked up for Suffolk as Derminator is back on track. Brothers Grimm have essentially exactly half the points of Suffolk at this stage. It is a 2-for-1 on the ratio. It looks like, Suffolk definitely winning this second half handily. Tubestock, he keeps inviting you in to play the game of who can hit the best, and he keeps winning.
I would recommend the jammer tried to go around
him
and not through him.
Yeah, it's definitely, you either want some offense to clear him out of the way, which is what Taskmaster just did, and Derminator is suddenly moving through the pack. And that shows you how important offense is.
Yeah.
Now it may be, lovely work by Tubestock. Clearing Buckingham Malice out hard. And he's not getting up. I think that rib injury from half time, it was on the left hand side, and that's where Tubestock went in on.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Like his bench manager was straight over. I think he was very aware of the possibility of a rib injury. Yeah, I don't think there was any malice at all in the hit by Tubestock. I think he identified a possible threat and just took it out of the equation.
Yeah.
On the feed, you can see our wonderful audience.
Look at him.
I know, right? I can see a Welsh bench manager drinking calmly. He's sat there in the lovely hoodie.
Aww.
I can see. Who can I see?
There's someone from Team Wheezy there.
Team Wheezy?
Yeah.
What's Team Wheezy?
That's for people with asthma.
Oh, I didn't know how.
Or maybe other lung conditions as well. People with who have breathing problems. Team Wheezy. Someone representing there.
Which one's Team Wheezy? I can't.
It's the picture of the lungs there. The lady in the black and blue. Yeah.
Oh. I'll have to have a nosy at that. I do like those challenge teams.
Oh, yeah. Are you in any? Or were you in any?
I believe I'm part of Team Crazy Legs.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, I am part. Technically, as listed as an announcer for them. I've announced a couple of their games. We do have a healthy contingent of my home league within Team Crazy Legs, which is always nice. Team Crazy Legs are a team to promote the awareness of mental health issues.
Yeah, we've got some people from our league in Crazy Legs as well.
I tell a lie. One of the blockers for my team was one of the founders of Team Metal Legs. For those who have the metal in the leg.
Oh yeah, people with derby injuries.
Yeah. We one of 2 or 3 spiral fractures we had in quick succession.
Ooh.
Really bad. I blame the floor personally.
Well, I'm in soy division.
Soy division, oh yes.
For vegan and vegetarian skaters.
Thick and Ted out of the pack, and he's corner. Floor's like, haha, I have here. You want to call this? You want to chase? I play chase. Good times. Who does Mike Check look like? Because it's bothering me. He definitely looks like someone else in roller derby. I think one of the Americans, like maybe from Mass Maelstrom. But it's the beard and long hair combo.
Yeah,
it's common in roller derby.
It is.
He looks like someone.
Yeah, to be fair, there's about 6 guys who look like that here today.
Yeah, there's a referee. If it wasn't for his dreadlocks, I wouldn't be able to pick him up from the other way, but there you go. That's Captain Caveman of Cornwall under the name of Refman. Been doing some OPRing on the track I've not been working. Back on track, Mike Check out for lead jammer. I'd like to point out the jam referee, Captain Green, is a tall referee with long limbs, so he has to keep his arm crooked, otherwise he's pointing into the track.
Oh.
Is that a forearms penalty being assessed? It is a forearm in the shot call.
Well, the box is really filling up now.
Granty Social trying to make his way around Tubesuck. Tubesuck and Great Scott. Great Scott doing some lovely work.
There's hardly anyone on the track. Everyone's in the box.
It's okay, there must have been no cake sale. Oh, there's a cut track.
Oh, he's...
Don't question the call. You should always just go to the bin.
Yeah.
As a bench manager, unless that gets me a power jam or gets me out of the power jam, I don't care if you did it or didn't.
Yeah.
It is of no benefit to me.
No, we have to accept, don't we? If a ref makes a call, that's a call. Go to the box.
If you're not the captain, then yes, you have to accept it. As a captain, you can officially review it if you wish, but it's not worth it unless it's get you a power jam, get you out of a power jam, or get you, like, you know, your top tier jammer destroying blocker back.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, why waste it?
So Suffolk really pulled away now with 172 to Brothers Grimm's 74 points. They've really sort of got into their stride now.
As you may be able to see in the top right-hand corner of your screen, the skater sat down with his helmet off is Buckingham Malice. I'm going to say I'm fairly sure he's not going to take another part in this game.
Yeah.
That was quite the shoulder check into the ribs, and he went down hard. Back on track, though, it is a Richter scale slipping through the inside.
Oh, beautiful.
Now this Stick and Ted taking the outside line and getting killed by Guy Pie. Take care, knocked off gently. Good screening there, but no dice as Thick and Ted makes his way out of the pack. With 11 minutes left on the clock, we're pretty much looking here at Suffolk versus Bristol for the final tomorrow. It'll be very interesting. So Bristol looked very good with teamwork.
Yeah.
And utilising the entirety of their roster very well on track. How that's going to work with, or most likely with Suffolk here, is very interesting. They'll be very good at disrupting Grimsby, Brothers Grimm, and stopping them from being together and being a wall. So it'll be very interesting to see. It's Taskabator out front picking up lead jammer. Flawless is out fast. 30 feet behind. Thereabouts.
Oh, until
The
he
wall
met
of tube sock.
And again.
And he nearly took out the head referee.
That's never a good move.
Oh, round the hips of Great Scott. Calls the jump. Oh. 4 apiece. For those of you listening at home on the Twitters, who is it that Mike Check looks like? Because it's bothering me. And I'd like to know if he reminds you of anyone else within the roller derby world. It might be outside the roller derby world. He could look like Brad Pitt. I don't know. It's someone he looks like. It's not Brad Pitt. But he looks like someone else. Please, if you do, tweet in. Let me know who it is he looks like, because it's going to bug me otherwise.
Yeah, let us know at BritChamp Track 1.
BritChamp Track 1. Or even directly to me if you like. You can find out my Twitter handle very well by typing my derby name in the search box. Guy Pie really having some issues with that left knee pad. It doesn't look like it's right at all. Or he's got very, very outwards pointy knees.
Yeah, maybe that's where his knee is from playing roller derby.
Mic check. Take. Oh! That I would have assumed would have been a low block. He went down, his skate went into the back of the other skater. Again, I'm not a referee. This is just my perspective, I think. Mic check dragged back by Scott Hurt. Terminator heading to the bin for a back block. He's indicating his penalty to the wrong bench. I say he was telling his opponents, I did a back block. Sods mate. Mic check clearing the pack now for 5 more points. Looks like they're going to try and... They're goating foul out boy. He's going back with them, which is the mistake. Now they've made the worst mistake by knocking him off track.
Yeah, if you're keeping a goat to make sure you have pack, then yeah, you want to keep them on the track, don't you?
Oh, lovely block there by Davida Loca. But yeah, the goat is a fragile egg you wish to keep on track. You cradle them in a wall of blockers and hold them in the middle, so there's nothing they can do. I am guilty of taking a very, very soft hit and whilst being goated and flying off track. Oh no, I've been hit so hard. Oh dear, I've flown off track. Oh well. Looks like you have to reform now, best run away. Ha ha ha. Tactics, clever tactics.
Yeah, they want to keep you in that sort of blocker pocket, don't they?
I can't remember who. It was a very fancy code. Referred to it as like holding a nest around an egg.
Yeah.
You want to keep them inbounds and upright, so you close around them in lanes 1 and 2, so that there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
And if they go backwards, you just gently move with them.
Yeah, yeah.
But don't get into a hitty game. That's fine. That's the plan.
Yeah, if you're goated, you've really got to try and play jammer and get through as hard as you can, or use that to your advantage and be a blocker on your own.
And there are multiple different tactics there. I mean, I am not agile. I am not an agile skater. I once got goated by the Super Smash Rollers. And I can't remember if it was Skate Pliskin or if it was Danimal, but they were sharking me and I couldn't get past them. So I realized, well, I can't get past them, so why would I try and get past them? But I can hit them really, really hard until they don't want to be in front of me. So I repeatedly hit them in the ribs with just shoulder check after shoulder check until they went, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And they got out of my way and let me through. So it's just one of those interesting options. It is, you've got to do the way, if you're a pusher, push. If you're agile, be agile. If you're a hitter, hit. But as a goat, your responsibility to the team is to make your way forward and destroy the pack being at the rear. And if you don't do that, if you don't work hard to not be there, you're not helping your team in that situation. Somebody's had a foul out. Scott Hurt heading out to behind the curtain. So it looks like Carlos has taken his spot in the bin. Thick and Ted. It's with the star here. did have some good work in the early going in the first half, but he took some huge hits, obviously from you-know-who. And he's looked a lot more tired since then. And that sapped his energy quite a lot. I want to challenge him to an arm wrestling match. See how much that goes.
McEnany there was confident that he could get through for a pass and not have to call.
He was right in that confidence. Suffolk have done really well at holding jammers. Their defense as a team has been just as good as any I've seen here today. They've worked really well at holding and suffocating jammers, and like even when they've not been able to hold them, they've been able to recycle very well and get back in front. Very dynamic as a team. I think it'll be an interesting game when they play Teesside at Bristol tomorrow. What time's that tomorrow?
I'm just having a look on our schedule.
Game 7, so that'll be 12:30 tomorrow on track 2. We will have the men's T3 final. I believe both the winners will be getting promoted anyway. So Bristol and Suffolk will be going into T2 next season. But it's out of pride now.
Yeah. And for our entertainment.
Indeed. Well, we have, I believe, it was Quads of War and the Kings of Block and Roll who were getting relegated from Tier 2. With Barrow Infernos and Lincolnshire getting relegated from Tier 1 into Tier 2, and Crash Test Brummies and the Inhumanly getting promoted to the Premier Tier from Tier 2. That's right. I'm fairly sure.
That sounds,
it sounds
accurate
like
to me.
I'm sure Twitter will correct me. Whenever I make a mistake on a Twitter feed, I get corrected.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. No pride in it. We've got 5 minutes left on the clock. Suffolk are now over 200 points. 214 to 89. That is a 125-point differential. But Durbinate is going to reduce that as he is the lead jammer. Oh, that's a low block for Smackney, so that's going to be a power jam here for Durbinator.
Let's see if Brothers Grimm can take advantage of that.
That's a whole bunch of people falling over, and no penalty being assessed. Must have all been legal. Oh, what happened? I think there's, I know what's happened. Men have slipped on the track, and they have left sweat slicks.
Oh. Gross.
We're going to need the blue roll of absorption at corner 1.
Yeah.
As everyone's falling there for no apparent reason. See if McEnany gets caught out. No, he's okay. Durbinator heading to the bin for a back block. McEnany now on a scoring pass. Runs on the inside. I know I've talked a lot about Two Shot, but he's working really well with Great Scott. Those two have been on generally at the same time, and they do really well rainbow walling off each other. Been quite nice. McEnany picking up 5 more points. That's a 230-point differential. No, 130 points.
Oh, a lovely little jump there on the inside.
His whole team standing up to the left of us, so he's very happy with this result. Much more comfortable lead than the Bristol Teesside game.
Yeah.
So, again,
I wonder how that will affect them going into the final.
Well, it's both southern teams that are looking to win here, which is interesting. Because the teams that are Kings and Block and Roll, where are Kings and Block and Roll from? I'm not sure. Well, they're south, and I think Quads of War count as south. So this is working out okay for the way things are going to work out. 2 minutes and change on the clock. Tape being patched down. No one's got the blue roll of absorption out, so there's always that risk of slippage. Rolling suplex with the star. And 3:16 on his back. Timeout in Grimsby.
So our timeouts today are sponsored by Roller Derby Diary. Organise your time in 2017 and visit their website for more details, rollerderbydiary.com. It may also be worth mentioning that the Jam Line sponsor for today, for the whole weekend in fact, is Spank Alley. Spank Alley armbands, helmet covers and cool stuff. Spankalley.com.au.
That's Australia, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
I should know this. I work in the internet. That is
you work in the internet.
I press the button that fixes the things. That's my.
Where do they keep the internet? I always wonder that.
It's mostly a collection of tubes going into really old buildings with fans in them. That's pretty much it. But rolling suplex picks up lead jammer. A little bit of a shuffle there as he comes out of the pack. I have had it told to me by some skaters that straightaway there on there is the slippiest part of this track.
Yeah, it looks shinier.
Yeah, some of the Manchester Roller Derby skaters from this morning were referring to it as almost being like someone had greased it before the game. Rolling suplex is out for 4.
Oh,
Indestructible Paul gets the no pass, no penalty call. Oh, runs into a big shoulder from Tag Chi. Flawless here with the pivot pants. I think he was there just in case rolling suplex needed him, but rolling suplex is not needing him.
No, he's having a great jam.
He is having fantastic movement. Though Tasker Baiters is shutting that down on the outside edge there. There's 1 no pass, no penalties. Only 3 points picked up by Indestructible. Rolling suplex rounds the outside, runs into Tasker Baiter again. I like that little shrug of the shoulders, like, yep, got him again. A very laissez-faire style of blocking from Tasker Bay. Doesn't seem very fussed by these things, but he's hitting hard, he's doing his job.
Yeah, I admire a skater who can look so relaxed while they're on track.
Nuka in the first game for Cornwall.
Yeah.
I said to her after the game, like from the shoulders upwards, she could have been, from her facial and body language, she could have easily been washing the dishes, sewing, so calm. And then But she was so smooth with movement across the track, taking players out, blocking very effectively, but without getting not excited, or I want to say agitated, but that's not the right word, but frantic. She was never frantic in her movement. She was very smooth, very controlled. That's always a great mark of an experienced, a technical skater who's, when they're controlled in their movement, it's not a frantic movement. They know exactly what they need to. They're measured in their movement. And okay, it's interesting to see on what is essentially what I'd consider an inexperienced skater or a lower tier skater. Some of these guys, our tier 3 skaters, a lot of them look a lot calmer than I would have expected.
Yeah. Got a Richter scale jamming for Suffolk. Yeah. He's through again. He's such a happy jammer. I love a happy jammer.
I know. It's fun.
Look at him.
At any point that you're playing roller derby, it starts to feel like it's painful to you or it's work. You're not having fun. Don't. Find it fun. Or don't do it. That's the way. He literally is smiling like a kid at Christmas, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's so nippy and agile. I love watching him skate.
He is very good with his little lateral movement, right?
Yeah.
Am I working tomorrow? I'm interested to see if I'm working tomorrow for the men's final. I don't think I am. I'm now intrigued. I might come over and watch this one. Let's see who's working the men's final tomorrow. As he goes through for yet another 4 points. I'm not, but I will be over here to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. That's important to know as well. Like a Richter scale there, he got knocked down at corner 4, but he was up almost instantly, and that's something that's really important to learn soon, is to be quick with the get-ups. Because the sooner you're back up on your feet, the sooner you're back up and doing your job.
Yeah, certainly.
Is jamming. So looks like that is going to be it when this one goes. A Richter scale knocked down a bit slow again. I've cursed him there. He's fine. He's back up. Another scoring pass. I mean, this is huge.
And
He's picked up a fair chunk of points this jam alone. This is what, 19 points there, just from a Richter scale. Comfortable win for Suffolk here. Unofficially 253 to 104. That's a 149 differential. Let's see how that works out.
And Suffolk got 19 points on that jam as opposed to Brothers Grimm's 4 points. And they seem pretty pleased about that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're definitely into Tier 2 next season. And that's a given. But they've done well here for positional play. I did predict that Brothers Grimm would win this. I was wrong. I'm okay with that. I predicted it would also be a lot closer than this. Like myself and King Crazy on the predictables both predicted this to be less than a 30-point differential.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So there we go.
So if you're gonna
if you're able to switch over to our track 2, you will catch the end of Hot Wheel versus Bristol to work out who's going to be in the final for the Tier 2 women's. So, but this is your official final score. Brothers Grimm 104, Suffolk Royal 253. I've been Captain Lars alongside the ever wonderful
Scary Poppins.
And this has been track 1 for the day. We will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, join us then.